Good morning, everyone. Trevor Thompson, TNT Pressure Cleaning, Dynamite Service with explosive results. We are going to be doing a strip job. So we're going to be stripping the old sealer. We're going to be cleaning. We're going to be removing polymeric sand. And we are going to be degreasing, removing efflorescence, removing battery acid, and we are going to be removing some weeds, full restoration on this Paver driveway. But I want to show you some of the things to keep on board at all times. Now, I use Gold Assassin, I use Double Eagle degreaser. I've got some great degreasers, but sometimes, you need just a mild degreaser. Now, all of these, whether they're hydroxide-based, butyl-based, there's all cleaners have a scientific name to them, and that is the active ingredients that's working, including your soap. So I'm going to turn you around really quickly here and just show you some things to keep on board that I like to keep on board. Muriatic acid, great stuff. Many uses, masonry especially. Zep. This Zep Purple Industrial Degreaser is not a bad product at all. It works many uses. This is a great product with a ton of chemicals. And you can see the product sheets listed. You can look everything up. This is an incredible chemical, and not a lot of people know that this is a percarbonate. This is a peroxide based, and people use it for aluminum brightening, but this stuff is amazing. It has so many uses, so highly recommend keeping some of those on board. I also use, instead of a white distilled vinegar, I'll use something like this, which is a 30% vinegar. So there are many different types of chemicals. Now, when you're doing a stripping job, you have to make a determination. Is it solvent based? Is it acrylic? What is it? Water based? So these penetrating sealers are all differ. Now, an old school trick is real simple, and that's right here. So, good old fashioned xylene. Now, the difference between xylene and acetone, which are great cleaners for cleaning up after projects. Acetone is going to be more expensive. It's going to be more toxic. It's going to dry a whole lot faster. Xylene is less toxic, less expensive, and it has an oil base to it, so it doesn't dry as quickly. Xylene or acetone are great to rinse out your pump-up sprayers, not your silicone seals. So if you have a lawn and garden pump-up sprayer, this is not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about something with Viton seals. Silicone-based seals will get eaten up through them. But there are many different uses for different types of solvents and spirits, thinners that are out there. So we're also going to be using, I'll take you over here really quickly and show you, we're also going to be using a masonry, it's a what's called a silane siloxane. So this is a silane siloxane, clear matte, and this is great for pavers. It resists cracking and pitting, freeze and thaw cycles, which we don't have here, but it resists efflorescence, mold and mildew and algae. It won't peel or flake or yellow. It stops surface water absorption, and it's you can't slip on it, and it's breathable. And this is a great sealer that I use. It's more of a waterproofer. It's got a 7 to 10 year life on it, and it really is great. So we'll take a look at the property this morning. We're going to be doing all the curbs along here, make those nice and pretty. But the very first thing we're going to do is we're going to start stripping this driveway from the bottom up, and we're going to work in sections. So we'll do this section, then we'll do that section, so on and so forth. And that way we can get the polymeric sand out as well as the stripper off of there. And I'll show you what that polymeric sand looks like. Now you're going to see how these joints have just been completely over sanded. Now that's loose dirt, so we're going to blow all that out of there, but I'll show you. If I bring you up here, there's all kinds of stains. Hi, little buddy. There's all kinds of little stains, but what I want to show you is the polymeric sand where the joints, this is your miter joint right here, okay? The chamfer edge, not your miter joint, sorry, that's gutters. We're not doing gutters today, we're doing pavers. So the chamfer edge, you should be 1/8 of an inch below that chamfer edge. And you can see here that the polymeric sand was over sanded. So you can see here how that's, you know, obviously polymeric sand is great, but we don't have the climate here in Florida for it. It traps moisture, it doesn't allow it to breathe, and what happens is you end up getting failed sealer because these pavers are unable to breathe. So you can see here, I don't know if you can see it in the sun or not, but we have a good bit of oil that's set up there. We have some construction staining that's happened over here. We've got efflorescence over here. We've got some battery stains and some oil stains over here, and we have some more construction debris there, a little bit of efflorescence, failed sealer, and so you can kind of see sort of what, you know, what we're looking at. So we're going to need to clean deeply in there, and then we're going to resand, and you can see some of the weed growth that's coming through. Now, you're never going to prevent that. I don't care what you use. I don't care what kind of sand you use, what kind of you know, sealer you use. You can prevent it, but one squirrel, one bird, and you're off to the races with weed growth. So you need to stay on top of that if you have a paver driveway. And Roundup is your best suggestion. I know it's carcinogenic, but it certainly kills the root. So once again, you know, if I take you over here, you can just see the sand job, and this was done by a contractor. You can see how high, you know, I mean, that's just ridiculous. So you never want your sand to look like that. And this is rock hard, guys. I'll take a tool out here real quickly and just kind of show you guys sort of what we're looking at. So I'll just pull my Leatherman out really quickly here, and I'll just show you guys. Let you hear this. See, that's not loose sand. That's very hard cured polymeric sand. You see that? So that has to be turbo tipped out of there, or even a yellow tip. You can use a I wouldn't suggest using your 15. I mean, I would suggest using the 15, which is your yellow tip, and you have to go at an angle to get that out of there. I'll turbo tip and see how that does. We're not looking to push a bunch of water underneath the pavers, so we are going to turbo tip it first and see how that polymeric sand reacts, and then we're going to go from there. We're going to probably break out the yellow tip to chisel out a lot of that old polymeric sand. So we are going to strip it, then we're going to degrease it and work on some efflorescence and you know, work on some battery acid, some oil stains, get these curbs cleaned up. Then we're going to lay a solution of sodium hypochlorite down, get them cleaned up with some soap. It's a good surfactant, and then we're going to surface clean that, and then we're going to wait for that to begin to dry. We'll probably do a combination of wet sanding and dry sanding. Not really sure yet. It just depends on the amount of daylight we have left. If we have enough daylight, we will. I need these pavers to be completely dry before I put down my sealer. So. You know, if I sand tomorrow, it will be a dry sand. You know, you cannot wet sand and then seal. The pavers need to be dry, 100% dry. So, you know, it'll be based on the amount of time that we have left today. So let's start the stripping process. We'll let you guys see what this looks like after we're done. I've put some water down on the grass, let that grass start to drink, and we'll get these curbs cleaned up all the way from property line to property line. So that stretches all the way down to the end of the house down there towards that mailbox. So we'll get that all cleaned up and nice and bright for him. So it'll really outline his property and make the driveway look outstanding. And you'll see the finished product. Hopefully we can get up all of these things with our solvents. You know, we've got a lot of little things like that. So we got some work cut out for us. Have a great day, everyone. Keep cleaning. Trevor Thompson, TNT Pressure Cleaning. Dynamite service with explosive results.